And we are live with our 69th installment of Nansen Office Hours. GM, thank you for joining us today. Drop your GMs in the chat, please. My name is Alex. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Nansen. Some people call me the token god. And as you see on the chat there, I might have some friends here in real life and virtually joining from Amsterdam. If you're new to Office Hours, every Wednesday we do a Nansen and Chill session where we look at Nansen's new features. We answer questions from you in the chat, so please drop them there. And we drop the occasional alpha leak. Today, we don't only have one guest, but we have a lot of guests. And many of them need no introduction because they've been on this stream before. Daryl, welcome back.
Oh.
Good to see you guys. You're in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, we just got in like yesterday.
Awesome. Let me also introduce a few more people, if I can manage the screen here. Boom.
Hey.
Well, welcome, Zach. Welcome, Daniel. Daniel, you're actually a pioneer of Office Hours, so I don't think you need an introduction either. Zach, yeah, great to have you back, even in real life. That's amazing. Zach, you've been on the stream before. Do you want to give a quick intro?
Hey, my name is Zach. I am brothers with Terra and Daryl. I am one out of three of Not3Lau Capital. I mostly handle behind the scenes stuff, so you won't really see me much in public facing things like this.
He's the one that shit posting behind all the Twitter posts. But yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Very cool to have you guys with me here in real life, and you guys in Amsterdam as well. So I hear that Daryl, you've got a couple of alpha leaks for us. So should we just dive right into your screen? I can bring it up here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, take it away.
Yeah, just let me know. Is it sharing already?
Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So basically, we can talk about the hot contract stuff later. But basically, my flow for using Nansen, basically scrolling through what's new, what has smart money people been aping. So this is pretty recent where and there's a few coins that I actually haven't seen before. So Loca is one example, SD and TEMP as well. So I haven't really seen these coins before. So I was gonna I actually looked into it earlier today and it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna open up Loca first. So basically, whenever I open this token god mode for something, I want to see what's been happening recently, who's been buying and everything. I actually scroll through right now that you can basically see there's a few smart money wallets already, and for example Block Tower and Sequoia Capital India, and all of these transactions were actually really large transactions that have actually just been distributed an hour ago. So if, for example, let's say I open the transaction here, then I can check it out. So it's actually a deployed from the deployer. So probably that means there's private sale tokens or something like that. So that's when things get interesting. For example, let's say I can search for League of Kingdoms, their raise. A raise announcement or something. So then I can basically track by who's actually participating in the seed round and everything So then I basically get a good list of all the investors. So you can see basically A16, Binance Labs, Sequoia Capital India, and Block Tower. So the fun thing is there isn't. So for example, there isn't actually any token. There isn't actually any tax for A16 or Binance, for example. And basically this is, if you assume that they were the ones that led the round, so usually when you lead the round, they're usually the biggest amount, the biggest participant and the biggest funder. So that means they get the most tokens. So you see this wallet, for example, 0xFF. I'm probably gonna click that first because there hasn't any tags on, and that might be that might find some nice stuff. Because most times people spin up new wallets, and then they won't be tagged as much as they don't want themselves to be doxed easily. That's what I found. So they can just go the good thing about Nansen, people use to counterparties, right? Just going through what's the transactions and everything has been done, and then basically I can find I can scroll down here, the top interactive wallets, and again, okay, I found something new, which Symbiosis strategic round with token vesting. So now I know that this wallet has participated in both Loca and Symbiosis. But also, if I scroll up, for example, there's also there's a third token here, which is from incoming, which is $20 million from WNCG. So if I don't know what that is, I'm just gonna click it here, and that basically gives me NCG, right? So on CoinGecko, I'm gonna search what the hell that is, and that's basically 9 Chronicles tokens. So now I basically know that this wallet participated in 3 sales: 9 Chronicles, Loca, and SIS Symbiosis. So if we go to Symbiosis Finance as well. I can just search the website for basically, and I can already see a familiar name like Binance Labs, and Nine Chronicles as well did it. So Nine Chronicles as well did a Binance Labs raise. I can just search that as well. Like Nine Chronicles raise $10 million, and Binance Labs is also one of them. Yeah.
This is, by the way, Daryl, just to jump in there, this is pretty cool because it's also showing people a bit of what happens on the back end of Nansen in our attribution team, because a lot of our attribution team will look at strategies like this to help label the address. Right?
Yeah, so but it's not fun. Yeah.
And exactly. So now you can show people how they can submit this stuff to make Nansen even better, right?
Yeah. One sec. Let me copy the address. So copy the address. And, yeah. I'm just gonna label it basically what I know already. So they participated in three seed rounds. So I'm gonna say this Binance Labs, because I think that's what they are. They participated in all 3 rounds, and the largest investors in all this. So large seed for local, sys, and that's pretty much it. Oh, my ETH address. Can I actually enter my NS? Like that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And that's basically it. So I already found one. Address there.
Nice. You went through that pretty fast. Can you just show people like once more? So this is on Wallet Profiler, and because there was no tag, so then you click the link at the top, right?
Yeah. If I see all this, for example, these are all like warning labels. That means these are all scam transactions. So you have to scroll down, then stop interacting wallets. And that's really the only like 2 or 3 tokens right here. So Symbiosis is one that stands out because like it's like a strategic investment, token investing. So that means that only private participants would have that. And then basically just go to the website and look for it. And I can already see, we're backed by leading wallets, Binance Labs and everything. And that's pretty much it. Because I don't remember seeing any of these other names on the round for Loca. So you see, for example, like Loca, there's all these like mostly game focused funds. Like I guess like BlockDAO, and so the Symbiosis doesn't have any of this, because Symbiosis, the investors are mostly like DeFi related. And that's really like one way that we can like, I guess, reverse dox the wallet.
That's cool. Yeah. Question from Zach?
I know Alex just mentioned that you went a bit too fast there. So just to see how to submit the label for the wallet.
Oh, okay. Oh, that meant, okay, 1 second. I mean, okay, fine. Yeah. So just basically enter the address. Then I entered the chain that I wanted the chain that saw the address on. I just named it basically. Like I think it's Binance Labs. And then I just entered my reasoning, like just watch office hours. Yeah. And that's it. Like enter my address, and that's it basically.
Nice.
Sorry about that, but yeah.
Question from Daniel?
Yeah.
No question.
No question. Okay.
For you, once they get the label, how long until it shows up?
Oh, is that question for me?
Yeah.
How long does it take before it shows up? It actually goes through moderation on our side.
Okay.
So typically, if it's clear, the evidence doesn't need any further scrutiny, we'll add it in, and it can be in the platform within, say, 1 to 2 hours, typically.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the turnaround, typically.
Nice. Okay, so that's one. Then basically, you go back to Smart Money. You can see like the new token called SD as well, and that's again like if you scroll down, basically, just you scroll all the way down. Like what's the recent distributions? And it's all to like Smart Money wallets again, and this time it's from a multi-sig. So that's probably like a private sale distribution as well. Like I guess if you think about it, it's basically like private sale distribution season, like they said in the previous office hours, right? Like every single wallet, every single token is probably gonna start up soon. So all this stuff you can probably set like smart money alerts as well, and not just on the token distributor. Like you could like actually wait, if this Gnosis Safe proxy, for example, is like a multi-sig, it's actually like a multi-sig, right?
Yes, that's right. That's a multi-sig.
Yeah. So if that's a multi-sig, then you should probably tag it as like the Stata Labs multi-sig or something.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me tag it. Let me submit it again. Okay, wait. Yeah,
Yeah,
so Stater, while
our
I'm doing this,
attribution
like,
team is probably very happy for your submissions now.
yeah. Then while I'm doing this, like explaining what Stater is, like it's basically like a staking derivative protocol, and they basically did like a small raise as well, and this time did from like a lot of people. 1 second. So Stater did it. If you go to the website, for example, Stater Labs, and that's the token project. So they're like a staking project, but they did like a raise from like a lot of people, so like Pantera, 3Arrows, Coinbase Ventures, and you can actually see that here as well. So like Pantera, 3Arrows, Jump, and a few other, and Eden, like Eden Network Investment. Yeah. So if I go for do the same thing, I can run through like all these addresses one by one and see for myself like what addresses or what tokens they've invested in as well, or what addresses they've interacted with, and then I can just like create on my own, like create like a mental model of who are these investors as well. So this one doesn't really have anything in its wallet. They basically created like a clean wallet just for Stater, because I don't see any new transactions either, so I'm gonna skip that. But yeah, that's one way for me to like create like a mental model of like which addresses are like getting tokens and everything, which addresses are like participating in sales.
Yeah, makes sense. Sometimes also these distributor addresses like multisigs and so on, they would distribute the tokens in a vested manner. So maybe like once per week or once per quarter or once per 6 months, they will distribute tokens, right? So it can be quite useful to tag up or set smart alerts on the distributor itself, right? Which we have like a create smart alerts button now, so you can actually just set that up very easily by right-clicking on that.
There's one feature I forgot. I was thinking about when I was like looking into this stuff. 1 second, let me load it up. So basically, let's say for example, when I load up counterparties, right, and see these transactions, for example, like if I right-click this, for example, I would like to see like wallet pair profiler pop up immediately, maybe. So let's say for example, like I see this wallet, like this wallet has incoming transactions from Pantera Capital. So like if I'm wondering, for example, does that mean that Pantera Capital has like multiple wallets? Then I might want to be able to see that like in a pair profile manner. Because if let's say for example I scroll the way down, I can actually like right click and then it's like wallet profiler here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
If I do it on top here, then it's like a lot easier for me like as well.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I'll show another example of why this actually matters. But that's for like another token later. But, yeah. So,
by the way, have you seen, when you go down again all the way to the this one, you've seen also to the right there we have the wallet pair profiler link, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. So once I saw this, for example, that was like a lot easier for me to search through. But if I had it right above here, like I just right click, for example, and it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But right now it's just like if I right click, it's just like some Mac pop up. It's just like boring.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you want to be able to dive it, like drill down on that.
Yeah. Even just clicking it, for example, like if I click IDEX, for example, and I can already see like the wallet pair profile. Like this is one, but I scroll this, I try to find IDEX. So it takes a while to like manually scroll through this top interactive wallets to find the wallet I'm looking for specifically. And then I can click wallet pair profiler, right?
Meanwhile, I can show you a trick that will speed things up a little bit. You see in that top interacting wallets, in the top right of that table, there's this filter icon. That one.
Okay.
And so if you just write IDEX here, let's see, and you filter.
Okay.
Then you got
wallet pair profiler.
Exactly. So I'm taking your feedback into consideration. We should work on that. But meanwhile, you can probably do that. The filters are actually really useful as well. Like you can like sometimes find smart money addresses faster by plugging in the smart money emoji.
Okay. I didn't know you could search emojis as well. Okay, that's fun. That would be fun.
You can, that's actually I actually learned that from Greg, one of our guests who was on office hours and one of our team members. He was the one who showed me that trick, and it's pretty useful, to be honest. So just a heads up that to people watching that the filter feature is only available for VIP for now. And so you have to have VIP to use that, but it does speed things up quite a lot.
Yeah, that's another feature that you guys were using a lot in Vato and his office hours token movements, and that's really just like, for example, like I want to search for a token, and then I can see like what by this dates, right? Like one thing I was thinking about was like if you could add, for example, like the amounts, like maybe above a certain amount or maybe above a certain like dollar amount, that'd be also be good. Because right now, for example, if I open this up and I manually search, it takes me like 2-3 clicks more for me to like find my number. And sometimes it works out because like, okay, it's like if I put like 100,000, there's only like 2 wallets that pop up, and that yeah.
Yeah, that
So
makes
maybe
perfect sense. So if you want to like narrow it down to a specific, looking for like a specific transaction or something like that.
Yeah, if I'm looking exactly only for like the big wallets, like I mean, if I open this tab, I can really see only the big wallets because I can sort by change.
Yeah.
But I know, if for example this problem happens if let's say I'm searching for like USDC and basically there's like, for example, so if I go to USDC, right, and I want to search for like let's say the last week, and if I want to search for like transactions for $1 million, that's one problem, is that USDC is a fucking large token and there's a lot of transfers. And basically, if I remember correctly, when I checked this like yesterday, like the lowest transaction they had in the whole table was like $20 million. So I wouldn't be able to see $1 million transactions anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Because I see. Because you could potentially use filtering on the bottom table.
Yeah.
Right.
If I use filtering right here, then it will.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, but this is balance changes, right? So you probably want to look for maybe in the top transactions, and you do like value, say more than 1 million.
So question is value here like the dollar amount or like the token amount?
It's the token amount. So for USDC though, it's the same, right?
500,000. That's done. Okay, so that works out. Like
it could be actually, it could be because we're limiting to only 2,000 transactions. So if you scroll down a little bit and you just click that number, okay, so that actually doesn't help you. It would be nice here if when you run your filter, it would like rescan it and include all the transactions instead of the top 2,000. That's a good one for the product team to take into consideration.
Yeah,
good use case there. Yeah, nice.
Okay. Let's see.
By the way, Darren, have you finished your lunch now or breakfast?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
In character.
He's just eating. There was one more token that I was basically like looking through as well, from basically that popped up in home, and that was TEMP as well. So TEMP is like, I'm just looking at it because it's like unfamiliar to me. I'm not really sure what the hell token that is. So I just clicked on it, and then and basically like this one way you can use Synapse is like just discover new tokens, and then again I can see like another vesting contract, and this time goes to jump, and eat some guy called Eden Network Investor. But there was also another thing that was popping up, was basically like this with the.
Feels like it's vesting season, by the way.
Yeah, it is vesting season. Yeah, everyone's getting tokens because vesting season usually kick in like year after, and it's been like probably like 2 years since like DeFi summer and everything. So everyone's just been getting tokens back to back.
Maybe for the uninitiated, maybe you can explain like why is it important to be able to track people vesting? It might be obvious to a lot of people, but you know.
Yeah, so Alberto, I think they'll into this a bit about like defense stuff. So like in the previous, I think episode 67 or something. So what happens is that in private sale investor, when they invest in tokens, they'll usually get a lockup, and that lockup will range from like 6 months to 1 year maybe, and that's where the tokens are distributing. And like you mentioned earlier, there could be multiple different distributions. But the main takeaway from this is that if there's a token distribution that is happening and it's going to happen, you'd ideally want to know that is, just because like some people might like sell their tokens once they receive them. Because with private sale investors, they could be like anywhere from like one to like 100x up on their tokens, because it's been like a year, and if the investment did really well, they might want to take some profit off that table. So essentially what I would do is I would just manually track through like the token that I'm for example, and see what private sale, like what wallet is holding the private sale tokens, and then make smart alert for that wallet. And then I can basically scan through. So I think I did this. I think I submitted this. So if you, let's say for example like ERC20 vesting contract, you can. But this basically after the navigation has happened, so it's not really useful. So I think one token I did recently was like GuildFi, Like, okay, no, it's not on the screen, but it's not on the Nansen list. 1 second. So one token I was like looking for was GuildFi, and because I basically met this guy in Singapore as well, and he was just talking to me about GuildFi. So I was like, okay, cool. Essentially, I was like looking through the tokenomics for GuildFi, and
But yeah, by the way, you can just to jump in on the Nansen part there. You can also now, since you found it on CoinGecko, you can just like copy the token address.
Yeah,
and just
I was gonna do that. Yeah.
Token God mode.
1 second.
Yeah,
yeah, ignore that. But yeah. Okay. So basically, if I scroll through the GuildFi tokenomics, I can find like the seed tokens here. So that's $240 million, 240 million tokens. And if I scan through like the whole list on Etherscan, for example, I can already find 240 million. So that's the wallet. Pick this wallet, and because they haven't had any distributions yet, for example, then you can basically search for. Wait, 1 sec. I need to add the address first. Wait. Okay. Go to the address, search, click here, submit it, and then basically go token distribution, and then I can search for token balances. And so this number here is 240 million just now, and this will be like the private sale. This will be the seed sale wallet for the GuildFi tokens. So if I was holding GuildFi, for example, I could just like set like a smart alert and then create every time there's like a distribution, for example, and then I'll immediately get like alerted for it, and then I would know, for example, like, okay, these guys have just gotten their private sale because they might sell on me, so I ideally want to sell before they sell if I'm worried. Or I could like think about it in another way. I could be looking to buy the dip when it happens.
Yep.
But you could also extend this. So like, for example, like when Pantera, so 1 second. So these tokens I just got the wallets, right? I can do another way. I can just do like a smart alert for these wallets. So when, for example, when you sell a token, you need to set approval to sell the token. So when they set approval, technically I will get the transaction for that, like the alert for it. You have a smart alert set up for the wallet, and that works out as well. So there's a few ways you can use Nansen to play around with it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I submitted this tag yesterday. GuildFi.
Nice. Yeah. You see there it works.
Yeah. But I don't think it popped up in the token God mode. So if I go to token God, if I go to token God mode and enter the address again, I don't think it showed up here. The label, I mean. So let's say, okay, it just popped up. Okay.
Okay.
Because that's not it says safe proxy.
Yeah, it might be because it was like cached or something, and then like the query result, and now it reloaded it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's a few examples. Then should we dive into like stuff you were looking into, or like recent stuff? Like,
yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it's pretty cool because the way you use Nansen is more oriented around like tokens and potentially DeFi. Well, a lot of people use Nansen now is like NFT oriented.
Yeah.
But it kind of shows that, maybe some of the people who came in for the NFTs will be sort of interested now to see that you can actually use it for DeFi and token related purposes as well, which is like how Nansen started out initially.
Yeah, we can look at the Moonbirds if you want to do that, but I only know Moonbirds is like the Kevin Rose thing, and we didn't participate in the mint, so I haven't really dived into it. But you can take over if you want. You can take over if you want to show it about Moonbirds.
The FOMO is too hard.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Daniel probably bought some Moonbirds, but you did. Missed out. Okay, so we all missed out. How about you, Zach?
We all missed out, Moonbirds.
Okay. Too bad.
Okay, so if you missed out on it, do you not want to talk about it at all? Just pretend it didn't happen. Or...
Yeah, we just no. Let's have a look, right? Because I think it might be interesting for people to understand like why did it pump so hard? Like I guess it has to do with a few things, but like definitely a lot of smart money bought it, right? A lot of kind of OGs in the NFT space.
Oh, I think that was the one feature I was thinking about. 1 second, let me try see whether you guys have a dashboard for this. So yeah, you have a bunch of nice dashboards where you can see smart money buying, who's buying, who's actually like smart money buying Moonbirds, and that's always fun to see. But what I was thinking about is like basically, if for example, is that a dashboard for people who have Moonbirds and what are they aping? Like what else are they buying? Is there a dashboard for that?
Yep, it's this one. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the NFT, but this NFT is alone, right?
Oh yeah, this is only so what you were wondering about what tokens are they buying, not NFTs.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
for example, like if
Hmm.
I'm a ape, if I bought a Bored Ape holder, technically I have ape, but then I also have like money from my ape if I sold it, and I would like maybe ape it into new stuff. So I was wondering like whether like the influx of money from ape and maybe like Azukis and stuff like that, like where would they put their money into? And
Yeah,
it's not just like NFT related.
That's a very cool feature. I think because the one you're looking at now is actually one of our new features that I was going to mention.
Yeah.
We roll out to standard users just now, and it shows that same thing, but still within the NFT space, right? So like these are the top NFTs that other people who bought Moonbirds have. So that's definitely one to check out for people. But I like the suggestion you had as well. If you could look at the Moonbirds like minters or buyers as like one segment, what tokens are they buying? Like, could you track that collective segment? Right. You can't do it now, but that's something we should add.
Yeah, because if like for example you see Miladys all over on Twitter and everything, like you ideally assume that they're all like crypto degens on Twitter and like or like really smart money, because most people that I see with the Milady tag have are like MEV people or something. So ideally you want to see like copycats and Milady. So all this like crypto Twitter native NFT profile drops. That's ideally you want to see what they are aping.
It is kind of funny like, when you start clicking through those related collections, you often get into this little universe and you can see what else. Like Parallel seems to be quite common. I think it's because Parallel has a lot of tokens, right? It's like
but it's also more. I think it's also the crypto Twitter side of things. Like Loomlock was a crypto Twitter thing, Tomicast was a crypto Twitter thing, and Parallel. Because let's say I go back to like Moonbirds, right? I've got a Moonbirds. Their related collections were like quite different. That's like I have no idea what these are even. Like Makeup Heart, Mind Blood, or Momoko Azuki, no idea what these are. But you can basically see like a segregation of like the, I guess, people that looking into stuff based on what the NFT is originated from.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I haven't really dived much into NFTs. We were looking at Miladys just to like buy it for the party. Like there's a party today. There's a party today in Amsterdam, and they were like, you might need a Milady to it. I'm like, okay. We're like, oh god.
So you bought the top on Miladys to get into that party.
We're down like 50% more. Like it was
like 2 ETH. It's like 2 ETH, yeah. When we were buying our flight tickets, it's like 2 ETH for like one Milady. We're like, okay, I'm gonna buy a Milady that's worth more than my flight ticket. Just to get into the party.
That's hilarious.
But now we're down. But yeah, okay.
Better be a good party though. When is it? Tonight? Tomorrow?
It's tonight. Yeah, it's tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you should report back how it is.
I don't know if it's gonna be worth the money.
We don't have any questions, and we just have like a lot of silly comments in the chat. we need some more questions in the chat. This is a good time to shoot some questions for the Lau brothers.
Yeah,
or for Daniel A.
Yeah, I was gonna share some tabs first. Go ahead.
Maybe we should do a shuffle here. Who wants to sit in the middle and ask questions? Zach?
Once like any questions come in, probably.
Okay, cool. Oh, maybe Daryl, I can ask you about some of our new features if you've seen them, or I can give you a heads up on some of them. Have you checked out? Have you checked out, or have any of you guys checked out our new like Solana dashboard, or any of the multi-chain like ecosystem dashboard? You can see them.
I've seen a few screenshots on Twitter that I checked out a few, but I haven't really dived into the Solana one. Is it on the screen right now?
Yeah, that's right. That's the one. So this is kind of like really the tip of the iceberg, because building out the integration with Solana and also with Terra and many of these other chains is like a ton of work for the engineering team. And this is kind of just the first dashboard that we released to showcase the data. But the idea is that we're going to be rolling out the standard Nansen dashboards that most people use, like hot contracts, token god mode, eventually also NFT Paradise and so on for these other chains. But this is the first release we've done for Solana. And it's pretty cool because it shows you the breakdown of the different projects, which I don't think you can really get anywhere else, at least not with this coverage, right? So you see like Work, Radium, and a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, I was looking at just like the 7-day users, like literally 5. So yeah, that's one. Yeah, I was wondering where's Drift. Like, are you guys like looking into that already, or just, like,
sorry, looking into what?
Drift. It's a derivatives exchange on Solana. I think they have like a couple hundred daily active users and stuff like that.
Okay, that's probably one we should be tagging.
Yeah, I mean, like, right off the bat, I'm just basically looking at the unknown entity, and it's like miles above everyone else in terms of transactions. So I'm wondering who the hell that is.
Yeah. So this is also like something that the attribution team is going to be focusing a lot more on, so that we can get as high coverage as possible. And we're also working with the Solana team to make sure that we have the best coverage. So can you just type out the name of the platform that we were just talking about?
Drift. Yeah, Drift.trade.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Drift.trade. So we should get in touch with either that team, or we can chat.
Yeah, we can set you guys up with the team later after this.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Then we make sure that and that's like a good call to action for like other projects on Solana. If you're not being tracked here and you want to appear on these dashboards, just reach out to us. We should probably have a call to action, like a link on that page, to be honest. But you can reach out to us like Twitter DM or Telegram or anything, or a Discord, and we'll make sure that we can get you guys tagged there. It's pretty easy, right? You mostly just have to submit the addresses, and we can also build our own heuristics if you have multiple addresses, like permissionless creation of pools and things like that. We can build heuristics for that.
Yeah, this is all right. But I remember seeing like a tweet on the global stats or something. Like, basically, I think when you guys were tweeting about Solana being newly added, then you said already more transactions daily than across any other chains or something on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, where can I see that dashboard?
You mean to see like which chain is most active, like to compare the different chains in one view?
Yeah. Can I do that?
We have a proof of concept for it internally, but we haven't released it yet. But we want to show people that now that there's actually a lot of different chains, right? Okay. So we want to have one multi-chain dashboard where you can see the macro view, number of transactions, number of projects, number of users, etc. So that's coming. We have a proof of concept, or we have it in dev, but we want to do it properly. So it will probably be released, I guess, in the next few weeks or so.
Yeah, the Terra Dash was really fun as well. I didn't expect really like Terra to be so high up, when Astro was taking off recently with the whole Astro Wars narrative. There's a few others, like all these are basically AMMs and it's like bridge, and that's really it. Like, there's not made that many Terra projects out there yet. But still better coverage than Solana, still better attribution than Solana because they started. Yeah. When you guys ship the Terra dashboard?
We shipped the Terra dashboard, I think 3-4 weeks ago. And next week we're gonna ship more Terra dashboards, so you'll be able to use token God mode and so on for Terra. Yeah, for all this, for like one thing I noticed for all the multi-chain stuff is always like if against this. Like, could I also have, like, eventually have like Solana against Terra or like Avalanche or something? Yeah, I like that. I think that's something either we should be able to capture that in just one dashboard that compares all of them against each other. Yeah. Or maybe it makes sense that you would just plug in like one chain against the other chain, and then you'll be able to compare the stats one versus one. Yeah, that should be fun. I think like Ethereum is kind of the king, right? So that's the one that most people are kind of looking at. Well, how big is it really compared to Ethereum, right? But you should probably compare them against each other as well. Yeah.
This should be more useful, especially for the rotators as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that's right. Do you guys ever use this multi-chain hot contracts view as well, or? Yeah. I mean, it's also on the homepage already. Like, all the hot contracts by default is multi-chain, right? All the multi-chain addresses. Yeah. Although, funnily enough, like, it doesn't include Ethereum. I don't think it does, even if you click on it, like the header there. But at some point, because we've been treating Ethereum differently from all the other chains, but At the
Okay.
end of the day, I think we should just have everything in one
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, that could work.
Question from Zach here.
There's a question from chat asking if you can look at Synapse top holders and tell us where tokens 1 and 2 are. Token holders number 1 and token holder 2 are from Synapse.
I'm gonna probably end up doxing a few friends. I'm sorry. I think I know who they are.
If they're individuals, we can say let's not dox them. But if they're funds, then go nuts.
I mean, it'd probably be fun to like just basically see, like, if I go in token Godmode, I want to see like the new buyers first rather than the like the top holders. So I can already see, like, for example, this guy just bought like literally two days ago, like 26 hours ago, 13 hours ago, 11 hours ago, and like all this time is like the first in. That's more interesting to me rather than the top holders, because usually you scroll to the top holders right now, like you can basically see like they entered like 170 days ago, 100 days ago, and they haven't really done shit. Okay, this one guy's probably like selling a bit, so you can just open that up. So let's say that basically this is the second top holder. He has a reduced balance of like 1 million tokens. So I'm just wondering what he's been doing, and you can just scroll through here, like, again, yeah, you can open the wallet profile for the token, and then you can see like what's he's been doing. And even by his tags, it doesn't really tell me anything. Like, okay, it's active on BSC, so maybe I want to switch to BSC, check it out. But that's really nothing else, like, because like Synapse originally was like nerf on BSC, so nothing really it tells me about it.
Oh, so they probably bridged the Synapse tokens to BNB? Or
they're probably like farming Synapse on nerf back in BSC, and then after, when Synapse moved over to Ethereum, they just bridged it over. That's what my guess is.
Can we just shout out this there, previous page, the press back.
Oh, back? Okay.
Back.
Yeah, see, you can see it. Yeah, it's basically has nerf just now, so you already know that he just had like a lot of nerf back then.
Go back to we just shout out this activity feature there as well, because it's always been pretty helpful, especially once we see wallets that say like active on Polygon, active on Phantom. Yeah. And then when we see this chart here that shows how much activity actually is there, that gives us a better idea of where to really look as well. Yeah, that's I also find that really useful. You can see it's kind of cool chronologically. You can see when they started getting active on the other chains. Yeah. The reason you might be wondering, why don't you see like the BNB chain activity on this? And that's like a technicality because we still don't have internal transactions from BNB chain. So once we've rolled that out, you will see BNB chain on those charts as well. So some of these things you can tell, instead of like implementing all of the features immediately for all the chains, we kind of drip them out one by one because there's some engineering that needs to be done on the different chains.
Yep. So you can see that the top, like going back to it just now, the second top holder that was like sending out tokens, you can basically see it all here. So he's been sending out tokens to this few addresses. So 0x, like that's like 3 addresses. So we can just open it up all one by one. And 0x4AB. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, 0. Sorry. So apparently these two are the same address. So MediaMax Trader and MediaMax Trader are the same address, and 0x4AB is by its own self. So you can then check out like who they actually are, like try to figure out who they actually are, because they basically receive like a lot of Synapse, like couple hundred K Synapse from the second top holder, largest holder. Okay, so this is interesting. I can basically find like he's gotten like a few tokens here already.
Yeah, also like ribbon. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
3 arrows. So
1 second, let's just check that out. So every time you see like a smart money wallet, you just click the wallet pair profile and just check out what they've been doing, and then like see how are they connected. Because one thing I've noticed at least is like the scam transactions. But I can show an example later after this. Basically from another token. Oh, this is new, like private sale investor. This is a new tag, right?
Yeah, that's right. We have a few of these like smart money tags that we are dripping out. And I think private sale investor is one of the new ones. Yeah. Maybe Darren over there knows.
How does that work? So is it dependent based on whether you guys know the funding address and then you guys tag it, or how do you guys label someone as a private sale investor?
Yeah, we have another Darren in the office. Darren, do you want to come over and explain? So we have Darren from the attribution team. He's going to explain how the private sale investor tag works.
Hey Darren. So this is Darren.
Yeah.
But for private sale investor, what we do basically is we look at, we talked about investor distribution addresses, right? Internally, we call it teapots because of how it acts like a teapot. The funds are the cups, and then the tea is the funds. But basically what happens is that we look at the recipients from these teapots or recipients from these investor distribution wallets, and you need to receive a significant amount in USD value as well as a significant number of tokens. And beyond just investor distribution, we also look at this top sender and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Another guest appearance.
Yeah.
That's great. Welcome and thank you.
Okay.
So that's how
I
it
have
works. So there's a bunch of, we're actually rolling out a lot of these new smart money, because there are different people often ask us, like, what does it mean to be a smart money wallet, right? And there's actually lots of different ways you could consider people to be smart money.
There's been a lot of people that attack smart money, but they've been doing a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah, that's true sometimes as well. You're not necessarily always smart money, right? But it means you've done something smart at some point.
Okay. So I think I have a couple suspicions of who this wallet is, but I can't confirm it. I can't confirm it because but you can basically see a Furucombo, for example, like, okay, what, like I think they did a really, really small raise like way back in like DeFi summer days. Yeah, 2021 January. And I can basically find, I don't know, the investors or something if you guys want to look through it. But I don't think it's actually like 3 hours related. Just because like it doesn't really have anything else. Like this could probably be like a OTC buy or something.
Can you open up again the announcement that you had?
1 second. That's Furucombo raise.
One, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they basically raised in 2021. They did against all this investors.
It says Defiance though, right? So it might be.
Yeah, it's Defiance. 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be exactly.
Let's say they're both related, anyways.
Yeah.
But that's what. I want to jump. I don't like. Okay, Synapse again. You can basically see they've sent out. So they sent out a couple tokens to these two wallets, Medium Dex Trader. They just found the Medium Dex Trader one. We haven't really looked into it yet, I think. So one side that to load.
So that's another thing, right? Like when you see a known entity transacting with a wallet, it could also just mean they're doing an OTC deal. Like it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same entity.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I have no idea whose wallet this is with all this. Like, I have no idea what this is, even like Sidus and Synapse and shit. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no, where to even begin with this?
One thing that we talked a lot about a while back, but we haven't really done it yet, is like, okay, now we have a way for you to submit addresses that you know. But it would be nice if you could also flag that you want to know. You don't know what this address is.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
And then like there could be almost like a bounty on it as well, right?
Especially since you have like sign in with Web3 right now, right? So I could easily like
bounty board. Like you could set up like this guy offers 0.1 ETH to whoever can successfully dock.
Exactly.
Like a whole marketplace by itself.
Yes.
Label to earn.
Label to earn, exactly. Tag to earn.
Tag to earn, yeah.
I was gonna say docs to earn, but that doesn't. Sounds really bad. But I think in the short term, it would be quite nice if you could just indicate that you're interested in it, and then there's no.
Yeah, probably like somewhere. Yeah.
Just the fact that you've looked at it and you want to see what it is could be quite helpful for us as well. I think.
Yeah, probably like if this label's not somewhere here or something. I have no idea. Like you have a bit of empty space here is fine.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there could be some kind of credits or something.
In before Daily Ape suddenly launches a docs.
Docs
referral link.
Docs referral link. Don't docs me.
Docs bot.
Docs bot. Yeah. Oh man.
Offering for this wallet. Okay. I'll try to look into some like there's a few narratives that we've been looking into, and one narrative, for example, that we've been like somewhat interested in was like Balancer with the Balancer wars.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, for example, we go to Balancer right now, and we want to see like, okay, so Balancer wars is like it's like similar to Curve was where everyone basically buys up the native token and then tries to bribe the protocol to like give larger emissions towards it, give larger emissions towards their liquidity pool. So for example, like on Curve, I buy Curve, then I bribe people with like basically if a protocol earns Curve, I can then vote for the emissions towards the Curve pool. So let's say for example I bribe like 400K on using the redacted hidden hands, I can maybe get like a couple $1 million in emissions towards my pool, and that works out. So Balancer basically just launched that like about a week ago. So I wanted to check whether who's actually been starting to buy Balancer because of that as a result. And then the same all, I can go through again the token distribution, see stock balance changes. And this was fun for me because I found an interesting wallet. Let me see if I can replicate that. Okay, so if I go to balance changes and I see all these wallets tagged right now, and I see this ETH Millionaire wallet, right? So that's basically like the largest change, and this happened like 5 days ago. So I clicked through it. So basically just got the tokens like 5 days ago, right? So if I go through here again, like counterparties, and I already can get an idea of like who he is just by seeing like what's the incoming ETH from. And this is where I'll ask for the feature for like the product. So of course it'd be like easier for me to find. But now since you told me the shortcut, I can just filter. So I can search for like Maven 11, for example, and then I can find these two wallets. So this is interesting because like it actually interacts with a multi-sig wallet rather than just like a known wallet. So I haven't actually seen this like quite often. Like most times when some wallets would interact with like the smart money wallets, and people would assume that okay, they're related. But if they interact with a multi-sig wallet, that's usually like a big tell whether this wallets might be like related to each other. So then I can see here like okay, the multi-sig wallet literally sends this specific wallet like a lot of tokens. So I can get like even like small amounts of tokens like Toke, TCR, and USDC. And this is particularly interesting because like a multi-sig usually only sends transactions on like with a specific reason, like they know exactly what they're doing. Because you're gonna need to like coordinate multiple transactions, so it can't really be spoofed. So you can So you scroll through like for example like multi-sig.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So that basically tells me that Maven 11 probably is buying Balancer, probably buying Balancer tokens. But then I can check through, for example, like the token, I think token God mode, like for the specific token, wallet profile for token, sorry. And that like let's load it up 1 second. Yeah, basically came from Binance, so they're probably like shifting around their addresses or something. And that's so they didn't actually buy it, but they probably shifted around the addresses. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna tag this as Maven 11 again. But they have a lot of DeFi tags.
Yeah, they're pretty.
a lot, yeah.
Like a lot of chains as well.
We need to see them tomorrow.
I'm sorry, guys. One sec. Let me just tag.
And I hope they're not watching today.
It's part of the game. If you're running a crypto fund, that's how the blockchain works.
6ix9ine. Okay. Yeah, that's one. That's pretty much done for Balancer. Like that's really the only interesting transaction I've seen from like Balancer recently. And that like most all these wallets have basically like bought like 2-3 years ago, so it's not really interesting there. And this wallet basically bought like too little for me to actually care about. Like 29K, not really that much. But I can open it up. 0x9 080 as well. Yeah, I can just like slowly dive through and see like who's been buying. And then like what helps is basically like I can also set a smart alert for this wallet, and I can also assume that I can assume two things when they actually sent out the token recently. I can assume that 1, they are shifting around their cold storage wallets, or 2, they're actually looking to sell. So again, like I would set like a smart alert, and then if this wallet starts moving the tokens around, then I would know, and that works out for like the defense kind of things.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to plug one of our new features there as well.
Yeah.
Because you do use Nansen occasionally for NFTs as well, right? Not only for
Yeah.
token.
Yeah.
And so one thing that we added not too long ago was aggregator transactions. So now you have support for things like Gem and Genie in the dashboards, meaning that you can actually see it includes the volume that goes through those aggregate. And in the past, it did. And
I need to click a specific NFT collection for that.
Sorry?
Do I need to click like a specific NFT collection for the volume?
Yeah, like basically the volume numbers that you see there, now they actually include when people sweep, for example, a collection, sweep the floor or something. Like all the data includes it. I think also there's some new tags coming out on wallets for people who actually make sweeps, like NFT Sweeper or something like that. I think those are coming soon as well, which could be pretty cool.
Do you guys have like a Gem versus Genie dashboard? I know you guys had like a LooksRare versus OpenSea one, but would it be Gem Genie?
We don't at the moment, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. I've seen them often in the gas tracker. They tend to be among the top 20 entities in terms of gas tracking, or gas consumption. And they actually historically, from what I recall, they tend to be roughly the same, like in terms of gas usage, which is some kind of indicator on how much they're actually used.
Okay.
Have you guys ever used the gas tracker? Is kind of cool actually to understand like what people are doing. If you go to like the main page, or you can also find it from there. If you scroll down on this one, then that second chart there, like you can see that one. That's kind of more real time. But if you scroll up a little bit on that like colored chart, this one here, and then you can highlight. Either just scrolling through it like that. For example, LooksRare is there, right? But that's the other way to do it. That one, and then Gem is there, right? So Gem is actually like top 10 gas consumer, which is pretty wild. So I think it's kind of run ahead from Genie. It's no longer, at least if I just look at this chart, Genie used to be, I think, around 15, and Gem was like 12, 13. Now it looks like Gem is the top 10, so it maybe is the one that's currently winning in terms of usage or consumption of gas, at least.
I would agree with that, just product-wise as well, and narrative.
Gem's a really sick user interface and user flow for the
maybe we should do a quick survey here with everyone. So I've actually not used Genie, but I've used Gem multiple times.
I use Gem to list my NFT. So I minted this project, I minted it, and then I listed it like 100x the mint price. And I just used Gem to like list it all at once.
And you use Gem for that, you said, right? Yeah. And Daniel, now you just said that you swept the floor yesterday.
This morning.
This morning, you swept the floor with Gem. Okay. You're one of those gas consumers there. Yeah. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, even for me, I usually use Gem, especially if you're sweeping up multiple transactions at one go.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like a lot of us use Gem here. So that at least anecdotally. Not just anecdotally, but also from the data, right? You can see it there. Oh yeah, for hot contracts, if you want to find Gem, you probably have to zoom out on the days. I saw you were trying to use it there. So if you go back to hot contracts, this one, then you could clear filter, and actually this is a little bit confusing.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, that's not transactions or whatever.
You wouldn't show up in this one, I think. But you would have to zoom out. You would have to, if you scroll up.
Yeah. We see the
in the top line there, it says max contract age. That's where you have to change that parameter first, because now you're only looking at contracts that were deployed in 7 days. So I guess this one you do something like 365. And then you can add the filter Gem, which maybe will show up here. I'm not sure.
It's hot DeFi contracts though. I don't think it's Gem is DeFi.
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But let's scroll through like 1 second. So you mentioned NFT Paradise has this and Moonbirds. I think I can find a way. 1 second. So for example, let's say like I go through the trades and then I see who routes the trades, and maybe does gem pop up here? No, not really. Oh, it's here. Okay. So let's say no.
Airdrop Pro. Yeah, that's another good tag.
What is that?
Yeah,
What is this?
What is Airdrop Pro? We need to get Darren to come over to explain it.
What is Airdrop Pro?
Yeah, Darren's coming over to explain Airdrop Pro. 1 second here.
Okay.
Yeah, hi again. So I think we just launched this less than 12 hours ago, but basically addresses that received a significant amount of airdrops, either like the number of airdrops versus USD value. So let's say like some of the parameters we have include if they received only 2 airdrops, it needs to be more than I think around like $700,000. So I think that's how we look at it for now.
Do you have is this Airdrop Pro like what's the list of airdrops, and do you have like does this wallet need to receive multiple airdrops or like only that one large amount?
Right. So multiple airdrops, not just one.
Okay.
We have a list of airdrops, but I'm not sure if I can share it for now.
Because the problem is that, for example, like let's say you're going to go to like simple tax, and most times people just spin up a specific wallet for a specific protocol, so you might miss that out for like Airdrop Pro.
That's
if
true.
If I go to like Ribbon, for example, I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess at the same time, if they're only using it for one airdrop, then you there's no point following it, right? Because they're not going to use it again for another airdrop.
Yeah.
So kind of
maybe you can use it for like I don't know, farming, like tracking their wallet or like tracking to see whether they're gonna sell or something.
Yeah, or what they do with it. Cool.
Maybe just a quick suggestion.
Yeah,
I think one thing that I'm sort of doing is that so I take a few airdrop pros and then I look at the related wallets, right? And I try to see like what for like Zappa NFTs, etc. And you know, I mean, we if you know, you know. Yeah.
That's smart. Because those things you kind of want to replicate the activity they're using, so you maybe also can get an airdrop, right?
Yeah.
If that means using a DeFi protocol or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
On the note of airdrops, we were just talking about Gem and Genie. It's probably worth using both of them in the event that they do an airdrop.
Yes.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Is there a way for me to filter the dates here?
Sorry.
So
what do you want
to example, so let's say for example like I think the token got mode or something, so this doesn't have it. I'm basically wanting to see like these top labels from this interacting wallets, like when did they first interact with this wallet, maybe with this contract.
Okay. Yeah, that's something we could probably add.
Yeah. And then if I can get that feature, I would like to be able to like filter it as well. Like, okay, if, let's say for example, the first in transaction or first transaction interacting is like lower than I don't know, like 100 days or something. That might work out for me.
Hey, we actually have to wrap up. We're up on the hour already. This is a lot of fun. Like we should do this again. Next time you're in Singapore, you were in Singapore recently, right, Daryl?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, we're going to Singapore. Like I think end of May. Yeah, we're going to drop by. We'll definitely drop by the office. Like take the swag.
Yeah. You should. I'm gonna get. Should we show the WAGMI caps? I think our social media manager Journey is gonna kill me because she's like saved them for other people. But we have a few more. So
Terra's wearing a toxic sweater right now, I think.
Yeah.
Let's give Zach WAGMI cap on air.
Nice.
There you go. There's a WAGMI cap.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Proof of Nansen swag.
They got the plastic inside. Do you want a WAGMI cap as well? Don't worry, Journey. I have more at home. I'm gonna bring the more. I got one. You have one. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. So with that, that's a wrap. Hope everyone enjoyed the discussion today. If you did, then give our video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss any Laos appearing on this channel. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thanks, Daryl, Darren, Zach, and Daniel A. Great to have you here, and we will see you next time. Take care. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thanks.